Hello everyone, welcome to Java Expert. In today's video, we will discuss about Apache Kafka integration with Spring Boot. First, quickly we will discuss about what is Apache Kafka. Apache Kafka is a distributed event store and stream processing platform. It's nothing but a messaging system. So whenever we want to integrate any services in a synchronous way, we need a messaging system in between these services. So that's where the place where we can use Apache Kafka as a messaging service. Apache Kafka combines three main capabilities. The first one is to publish and subscribe to. Second one is to store. Third one is to process. To explain in detail, so Apache Kafka is having ability to publish the message, is writing the message to the messaging system, and subscribe to, which means reading the messaging from the messaging system. So have these capabilities. And second one is to store. So whenever we are publishing any messaging into any messaging system, that message has to be stored somewhere. So it's having that capability. And third one is to process. So whenever you are publishing a messaging into any messaging system for Apache Kafka, that will be processed by any consumer which is subscribed to the particular topic. We'll see what is topic it is in later, and it can be processed. Events as they occur. It can be at in later endpoint also. So next we will discuss about topics in Apache Kafka. So topic is the one of the important or main component in the Apache Kafka. So whenever you are publishing any message or an event, that's are stored in the topic. So events are organized and durably stored in topics. So topics in Kafka are always multi-producer and multi-subscriber, which means in a particular topic, more than one producer can publish a message. The same way, from the topic, more than one consumer can receive or subscribe the message from the topic. So that's where they are mentioning as multi-producer and multi-subscribe. So what is the best use case for Apache Kafka? Where we can use this? So it can be used in many places or many use cases are there. So one of the main use cases will be like in the microservices architecture, whenever you want to integrate two services in asynchronous way, then we can go for Apache Kafka as a messaging broker or messaging service. Right. So I hope you understand very basic things about Kafka. So this is a very basic diagram how Apache Kafka works internally. Right. Okay. So here we have a producer. Then we have a Apache Kafka cluster. So cluster means the cluster will have more than one broker. Broker means it's a Apache Kafka instance, right? So cluster will have more than one Apache Kafka instance. We call it as a broker. So in this diagram, we have two brokers, broker 1 and broker 2. And each broker will have more than one topic. So if you take a broker 1, we have a topic click and topic upload. And the same way, broker 2 also is having topic click and topic upload. So same topics are there. So this is where the place we have to think about distributed system. So why are you having the same topic is in multiple brokers? To maintain the fault tolerance. Even the broker 1 is not responding or it's went down, broker 2 will serve for us. Okay, so the same message will be replicated into multiple topics. So that's based on our requirement. We can maintain multiple brokers of the same topics. So our fault tolerance can be maintained. And each topic will have a partition. Okay, so what does partition mean? Why it is required? So there may be a requirement where we have to process the messages from the topic in parallel way, right? So as we already discussed in the previous slide, multiple publisher can publish a message into a topic at the same way. Multiple consumer can receive the message from the topic, right? So as we are creating the partition, we can enabling the parallel processing. So if we take a topic click, we are going to have a three partition: partition 1, partition 2, partition 3. So producer will publish the message into different partition, and the same way consumer also multiple consumer will receive the message from the each partition and will process it. And the order of the message, in which order the producer is publishing the message into the topic in a particular partition, the order will be maintained. Which means in which order the producer is publishing the messaging into the topic, The same order, consumer also will receive the message. Right. So I hope understand how this basically works. And this entire system, like this Apache Kafka cluster, this entire things we call it as Apache Kafka ecosystem. This entire ecosystems will be maintained by zookeeper component. There is a component in Apache Kafka itself is called zookeeper. So that will be maintaining or managing this entire Apache Kafka cluster. Right. So this is going to be a practical example. So we are going to have a client. We will use Postman for that, and we are going to create two services. One is going to be ordering service, and another one is going to be dispatching service. And we are going to place Apache Kafka in between these two services, and we are going to test how this asynchronous messaging design pattern works and how Apache Kafka works. Right. So this we will see it in the practical session, and before that we have to install our Kafka in our system, right? So next we will install our Kafka service, and we will test it, and then we will integrate with Spring Boot. So Apache Kafka, the latest version can be downloaded from this one, Apache Kafka org downloads. So you can download Kafka 2.13 version. So this one you can download it. Say I already download and have installed it. I'll show you. Once you have done the download, you just extract it in your local. Once extraction is done, there are a few places we have to update in the configurations in the Apache Kafka libraries, and then we are good to start with it. Okay. So once you've done the download and you extracted the files, you can see like this, like config, libraries, license logs, everything will be there. Go to config and go to zookeeper, edit this file. So here you have to update this to your local path. So I have stored this Apache Kafka thing here, software Kafka, and this is the path I have stored. So same way you have to provide your local path. So once this is done, then we are good to start. So first go to this path, Apache Kafka root directory on the command prompt. So first we will start the zookeeper service. So once the zookeeper is started, so it will run with a 2181 port, the default port. So once that is done, then we will start the our actual Apache of Kafka server. Go to then the same folder, execute it. Okay, once Apache Kafka server is started, and next we will we will create the topic here. We're going to create the topic. So Apache server will run with 9082. Apache Kafka will server run with 9092 port. Sorry, 9092 port. Now we will create a topic. Okay, I'll create topic called my first topic. Okay. Okay. Topic is created. You can see here. Now we will test it. We will publish the message, and we will consume the message how it is works. Okay. So these are the I am running with Windows, so I'm using the bash script. We're using Linux. There is a, shell script also, so that you have to use it. So these are the comments for this. We already noted down here. I will provide this in the video description. You can find over there. So first we will start our consumer. So now we have started our consumer. So consumer is ready. Now we'll start our producer. So once you started the producer, you can okay, once you started the producer, you can provide the messages, right? So I'm going to test. So you can see it. No, I am publishing the message from the producer. The consumer is getting the message here, right? My first message. Yes. Okay. So we have installed the Apache Kafka, and we have tested it is working fine, right? So this installation is very no, easy. Now we have created one topic. There is no we are using the default of one partition. So we are publishing the message in the producer using the producer.bat file, and we are running the consumer.bat file. So in both the places you have to mention what is Apache Kafka server system and port. We are mentioning the topic in the producer. You are mentioning in which topic you are publishing the message, and in the consumer also you are mentioning from the which topic we have to consume the message, right? So I think this you can easily understand how to install the Apache Kafka, how to test with using the command prompt, right? So this is fine. So we'll shut down consumer, down producer, right? And next, that this thing, Apache server, so Apache Kafka server and Zookeeper, let it be running because we are going to integrate this Apache Kafka with Spring Boot, right? So we're going to create the order service and dispatches of it, and we're going to test over there. Okay, let's let's start with that. Yeah, so let's create our order service first. So the same way, we'll name it as ordering service. So you can just fill this details as per your requirement. So dependency you have to add Spring Web and Spring Apache Kafka. So these two dependencies you have to add next and finish. Okay. So here our ordering service is going to be our publisher, and dispatcher service are going to create, that will be the our consumer. Okay. So ordering service. So imports are loading. Wait for some time. So ordering service is ready now. So now we will write our publisher related code here. So here we'll write basic on endpoint here. Public string place order service, right? Return order placed. So basically what we are going to do is, when you're calling this endpoint, this message will be published into Apache Kafka topic, right? So there will be another service you're going to write called dispatch service, that will be the consumer for us, that will consume the message from the topic, and there we will print it, print the message. Okay. So post mapping. Okay. So here we need Kafka template to publish the message. Okay, so it's going to be where we have to provide it here. So it will be a string and the value will be in object. Right. Okay, right. So now we need entity, right? So we'll create an entity first. Create order entity. Right. Order ID and order description amount. Amount will not be string, but just to demonstrate you, I'm keeping as a string. So present status are ready. So order service is ready. So here it will be order, right? So here we will publish the message. Okay. So before that, we have to mention our what is topic name. Okay. What is a topic name we have provided is my first topic, right? Look at the same thing. My first topic. So here we have to place the message. For template dot send. Here we have to provide our topic name and our object, which needs to be published. Okay. Right. So now we have to configure our Apache Kafka server related details. Okay, so we'll create a config package. Kafka. Okay, started with that configuration. Right. So to create a producer factory bin. Producer factory. Okay. So we'll create a map. Create the map. We'll add few properties inside the map. So we have to provide the bootstrap or no server config. So it's going to be localhost 9092, right? And then we have to provide those serializer details. The serializer class config. So that will be string serializer. Serializer dot class. config.value serializer config class. This is going to be JSON serializer because we are using the REST endpoint, and we are going to use JSON as a input format. So it's going to be in JSON format. So it's going to be JSON serializer. JSON okay, serializer dot class. So now that's it. For producer factory called have to pass config. That's it. So now our producer factory is ready. Wait with me. Now we'll create a Kafka template. Kafka template. So here factory, right? So now config is ready. So that's it. Our producer is ready now. So I'll just server dot port. We'll run this one with 8081. So producer will be an 8081 port. So now we will test this producer how this works. Okay. So start our application. So now producer is ready. So now we'll create our consumer. So we'll create our dispatcher service, dispatching service. We'll fill the details for dispatching service. Dependency is going to be same: Spring Web and Spring, Apache Kafka. Finish. Let's create our dispatching service. It is created. So we'll write the code for our consumer. First, create our entity. So our entity is going to be same as order class. So I'm copying from the ordering service here. So entity is ready. Now I'll wait for configurations. So Kafka configuration. So write our configuration here. So here we have to create a pin for consumer factory. Click the factory going to be click, right. So it's going to be similar like producer only. So we have to create a map. New hash map, right. So config dot. So we have to add few properties here. And dot our host of server config. So it is going to be same localhost 9092 and then dot put dot. Now in producer we have added no serializer config. Here we have to add deserialized config. Okay. So key deserializer configs it's going to be string deserializer dot class. And for a value serializer, no, see, in the producer, we are going to publish our order, no, JSON. Basically, Java object we are going to publish over there, right, in a JSON format. So when you are consuming in the consumer end, when you're going to deserialize it, so we have to add this property, JSON deserializer. So we're going to no, deserialize the order object, right? Going to create object for this. Provide order dot, right. Okay. And you have to add a few, we have to set few properties here, or like that user the type is yes true, the dot add trusted package and you have to mention dot floating all the packages, right. And then this has to be added in the config dot put config dot value serializer config is going to be value serializer object. Okay. And we have to mention the dot dot, we have to mention group id, See, because we may have a multiple consumer for a topic, so those consumer can be grouped using these group IDs, right? Okay. So, for example, order is a event which is triggered from the order service that should be received by this consumer. From the same topic we may have other message or other event also, right? So that needs to be consumed by the different consumer. So that can be grouped using the this group ID config. Okay. So we'll provide some name. So this is no order, right? So we'll provide name as a order group. That's it. Now return new world of the consumer factory config the new thing. Then this value serializer we have object already, so that we have to pass it here, right? Okay, now consumer factory study. So now create our call listener bean concurrent Kafka listener container factory. Yes. Concurrent Kafka listener container factory. Object. Factory dot consumer factory. All this method. Then and factory. So Kafka configuration for consumer is ready now. Write our listener class now. So now we will write our listener class here. Like void order message, message which is published from the order service will be received here. Name as order message will like payload okay. So here we have to annotate with the Kafka listener. We have to provide few things ID. So what we given? We given as order underscore request. But mention the group ID and topics. I first pick contain factory container factory given. This one Kafka listener inner factory. This you have to provide here. So once message received here, you have to process it. So just going to print it over there. Nothing you're going to do. Okay. Order not toasting. That's it. Okay. So what you can do is override our toast. Okay. So our consumer also ready now. Dot 8082. User in 8081 and consumer is in 8082 port. Start this server. So consumer also started, so you can console here like so it's assigned for my topic and 0 is 0, partition 0. This group details are displaying here, right? So consumer is ready now. A producer also we already started it. So let's trigger the message. Okay. Order service ready. Dispatch service also is ready. Go to postman. So this is our thing, right? 081 order. So getting the response is the order placed. Go to consumer. You can see the console here. We got the message in the consumer, right? So order service is publishing the message into topic. My my first topic. So order service publish the message into the topic, and our consumer, that is the dispatching service, is receiving the message. So it is displayed here. So we have now printed the message. So that is, we'll put one more message. Order ID 4D001. Computer amount is 30,000. The request. So we gave two requests. So both no message got received at the consumer end. Okay. So that's it, guys. I hope you understand how to create Kafka consumer and Kafka producer in a Spring Boot, and we have demonstrated how it is integrated in a synchronous way. Right. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in some another video. Thank you.